for your morning drive. But when you know you've got a problem, how about tell people and be honest? What's going on? Going to war on cancel culture and bringing the spotlight on issues and topics from around the city of Jackson.
I feel like Jackson, Mississippi.
No one else wants to talk about.
The whole system is corrupt and evil. It's unreal, and they don't care, and everybody knows that. It's just sad.
And fights for the soul of America.
I'm going to need y'all to explain to me what a positive solution is, because you positive solutions only people have been in charge for a while now, and I'm not seeing too many positive solutions.
You never met a white like me.
Strap in, turn up the volume, and get ready, Jackson, for unfiltered, no sugar added talk radio. It's award-winning podcaster.
Boom, shakalaka boom. You've tuned in to the free-range human show of choice, your daily dose of reality radio. It starts right now. This is the Clay Edwards Show. I am, of course, Clay Edwards, coming at you live here on 103.9 FM, WYAB, the 50,000-watt news talk flamethrower, the most powerful news talk station in the state of Mississippi. Check it. Check it. That's fact, Jack. Can't be disputed. The undisputed king of news talk radio, WYAB, the Clay Edwards Show, and of course all the other great shows here at WYAB. We're inside the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios, and of course we're streaming worldwide on the Mazda of Jackson live stream at Save JXN on Facebook. I'm sorry, not Facebook. So used to saying that. On YouTube, X, and Rumble. Of course, you can follow me on all social media platforms at Save JXN and or at Clay Edwards Show. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of them. X is probably the easiest one to get in touch with me on. It really is. I don't have my notifications cut on any of them, but I do check them enough. I went through some old Facebook messages last night, and I just don't have my notifications on. And frankly, it's just not that important. If you need to get in touch with me, you can find out how to get in touch with me. The Guns and Gear text line is probably the path of least resistance. It really is. It really is. A couple things. We're gonna talk about the school choice bill here in a minute, but I ran across an interesting story this morning right as I was getting ready to leave the house. I hadn't had time to vet it or anything, but I just want to jump straight in. Real quick, the Ellis Autoplex text line is 769-241-1944. Josias Lucas. I'm not sure who Josias is. Let's see here. Founder at Light Years Network and law clerk internship at Hinds County Circuit Court, and a campaign manager for Pat McNamara Circuit Court judge. So this is a local guy, but he stumbled across some stuff in the Epstein files that I thought was interesting. And let's go to the end of it and tell you how he found this data. He said the info was found in the Epstein records and using the cellular tower map of frequent visitors to the island. And this all ties in with Piney Woods School. Now, I'm going to make a big leap here. But wasn't a white guy out there, a principal or something or another, an instructor, murdered in Byram at a hotel because allegedly, possibly, maybe, according to the internet rumors, maybe some misconduct, we'll call it, with maybe a student or staff members or something out there. We'll just say that. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. Leave it at that. Could all this be tied back in together? What the hell is going on at Piney Woods? Let's read this. Let's see what there is here. Again, we're doing this together. A friend of mine, Hannah, shared it, and I literally saw it as I was walking out the door this morning and just had to share the link and do this in live time. It says kids in Piney Woods School consistently visited St. Thomas, St. James Island often. And he's got some documents and stuff here too. Says, it seems as if it was let me start over. It says, it seems as if it was at least two girls who were enrolled at Piney Woods School. It's got some girls' names and stuff. I'm not going to say those. Then it says, sent tuition to Mississippi College too. Some of these payments were loans per se to one of the parents. Piney Woods in Mississippi refers primarily to the historic African-American boarding school, the Piney Woods School, founded in 1909 in Rankin County, known for educating marginalized youth amidst racial injustice and providing self-sustaining education through its large farm. But it also refers to the broader Pine Belt region of the southeastern Mississippi, characterized by its extensive pine forest. It's interesting that he was paying tuition for all these random kids, especially in Mississippi. Hopefully a good thing, and it was not tied to human trafficking. This is Jeffrey Epstein he's talking about, by the way, here. It says timeline. Jeffrey Epstein was convicted in 2008 by Florida State Court for procuring a child for prostitution and soliciting a prostitute, for which he served 13 months. He was arrested again on federal sex trafficking charges in 2019, but died before trial. All this occurred in 2018 before his arrest for sex trafficking girls in 2019. Also, Bella Klein is CC in the emails. Klein was identified as one of Epstein's accountants or financial assistants, often handling day-to-day operations. She was involved in coordinating travel, managing staff, and handling money transfers. Klein's involvement was considered crucial for mapping out the internal operations of Epstein's, specifically how he used a deliberately opaque web of corporations to facilitate his criminal enterprises. He says he'll add more about the kids as he finds out more. Then he has more info here. Jeffrey Epstein had powerful connections in Mississippi and were willing to use our political figures for their political cleverness. See photo for how they mentioned politician, lobbyist Trent Lott. Ruh-roh. Trent Lott involved with Jeffrey Epstein? Told y'all yesterday, well, I told Andrew yesterday, so therefore I told y'all that it didn't matter when this dropped. When it was 3 million documents, it was going to take a while to kind of go through it and start finding stuff. Continuing on. Says lobbyist Trent Lott. Then it says was into garage biohacker and gene editing. This isn't the best well-written stuff here. I'm not knocking the guy. I'm not a good writer either. So it's kind of the way it's broken up here. It's kind of all over the place. Feels like a paragraph is missing or something. But it says Trent Lott, then it's got a period. And the next paragraph starts off with a lowercase was into garage biohacker and gene editing, though one can change one's skin color, muscle mass, etc., rendering the person unrecognizable. They were also monitoring someone's research in Mississippi for human sperm modification. Info is found in the Epstein records and the cellular tower map of frequent visitors to the island. So he's got some screenshots of these emails here. All right, these are way too small for me to read here, and it would make for terrible radio. I may make a standalone video for this, but if y'all want to go see this, go to the Save Jackson, it's the Clay Edwards Facebook page at Save JXN. I shared the link there. For some reason, I can't click on it from there. Maybe it's because he doesn't allow business pages to view his pages or something. Maybe he has my page blocked. Maybe he don't like me. That's understandable too. If he's a involved Democrat in Jackson, I probably don't like him either. So there's that. But or maybe you know Josias Lucas. I don't know. Josias Lucas. It's on his Facebook page. It's got a blue check mark. You can go dig into this stuff. Interesting. Was Epstein tied in? I mean, why would Epstein be paying for students' education in Mississippi? Why would Epstein be flying, or why would these particular kids, let me say allegedly, be going back and forth to where Epstein Island is located, and Epstein paying for tuition? I mean, I ain't got but a GED. But 2 + 2 = 4, and I learned that pretty early. So I think we need a full-fledged investigation. Lynn Fitch, paging Lynn Fitch. If you're not too busy prosecuting law enforcement officers for saving their own lives, we could use you. You know, if you're not too busy suing social media networks and, you know, all this rigmarole that doesn't amount to anything. If you aren't too busy, I think we may have something here. This is red meat for Republicans. It's Epstein. It's pedophilia. It's kids. It's sex crimes, allegedly. Would like to know something about this. You want to be governor? Be a good place to start. Any law enforcement out there that may be listening this morning, sure would like to know more about this. And you guys with big political aspirations. I mean, I know that one of the golden child name is mentioned, one of the OG Republicans in this state, Trent Lott, probably still pretty powerful. Is Trent Lott still alive? I know he's gotten rather old. Is Trent Lott still alive? I'm Googling it now in live time. Is Trent Lott alive? Yes, I believe. Yes, Trent Lott is still alive. I'm just double checking here. Yep. Well, it just says when he was born and when he was in office. Doesn't have a death date. So I'm assuming that means he ain't dead. So anyway, I know it's shaky ground when you got to possibly look into your own. And there'll be powerful forces that tell you can't do it. But, you know, do it. Look into this. I feel like that cartoon. It's like with a stick poking the dead body. Do something. Do something. Do something. I don't know. I mean, y'all keep telling me we're supposed to care about this stuff, that this is the most important thing in the history of history, this Epstein stuff. That's what everybody keeps telling me. So my recommendation for everybody out there, start calling these folks. Start calling Lynn Fitch's office. Well, I don't know who else to call, frankly. You know, that's where I would start. That's our attorney general. Call their sex crimes unit and see what's going on here. Were these kids were they minors when they were going out there? If they're adults, I guess it's a different story. But anyway, there's your local connection to the Epstein list for now. What else will come? What other, journalists. All you journalists at these big platforms that, again, have an obsession with getting cops fired, with racial injustices, with all the things y'all waste all y'all's time on around here. Shouldn't y'all be investigating this stuff? I'm not a journalist. I'm just a guy with a microphone that likes to talk crap. What are y'all doing? Clarion Ledger, WLBT, WJTV, WAPT. Did I leave anybody out? Mississippi Today. Mississippi Free Press. Where y'all at? This should be red meat for y'all, especially those liberal losers over at the Mississippi Free Press. Oh, that one guy over there, the gay guy that I can't stand. I mean, he should just have his, well, I was going to say he should have his teeth sunk all into this thing, but I probably want to keep those away from me. But anyway, let's take a break. When we come back, let's jump into the big victory we got down at the Capitol yesterday. I firmly believe that the listeners of this program made a huge difference in that school choice bill getting killed in committee or being drug out for a vote. So let's talk about that and more. This is the Clay Edwards Show, 103.9 FM WYAB.
1039 WYAB.
Hey, business owners, want your phones to ring away? Get your name on the airwaves with the Clay Edwards Show. Tell the town who you are while they're driving in their cars. If you want your business to grow, advertise on the Clay Edwards Show. Contact info at WIAB. Contact info at WIAB.com.
Men, if you answer yes to any of these questions, you could be suffering from low testosterone. Do you have low sex drive? ED, always tired, depressed, loss of muscle mass, obese, loss of focus and drive? You, my friends, need to get your numbers checked. Check out Men's Health of Mississippi, located in Madison, Mississippi, and online at menshealthms.com. Guys, get your numbers checked today. Trust me, she'll thank you for it. I promise. menshealthms.com. Men's Health of Mississippi.
Ladies, tired of running on empty, sleepless nights, mood swings, stubborn weight, skin that has lost its glow? It is not just getting older. It is your body begging for help. Hey, y'all, I'm Morgan at Women's Wellness in Mississippi. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, we bring it all together. Hormone therapy, medical weight loss, and the latest, greatest aesthetic treatments like facials, lasers, Botox, and so much more. This is where wellness and beauty meet so that you can feel amazing inside and out. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, the best version of you is waiting right around the corner.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Are you craving a home-cooked meal without the hassle? Come over to McBee's Bar and Grill in Ridgeland for their Blue Plate lunch specials. Served up every weekday, at McBee's it's a different entree every day. Chicken spaghetti on Mondays, beef tip Tuesday, pork chop Wednesday, spaghetti Thursday, and catfish Fridays. And McBee's Blue Plate lunch comes with 2 classic southern sides and cornbread or a roll. McBee's specials are served every weekday from 11 to 2. McBee's, buzzing the res since 1982.
This Valentine's, guys, it's one stop and you're done. I'm John.
And I'm Corey Ravenstein.
At Juniker Jewelry Company, we have thousands of ways to say I love you without you having to say a word.
We are Mississippi's largest fine jeweler with case after case of rings, pendants, earrings, colored gemstone pieces, all at the lowest prices in the state.
Diamond studs from just $195.
Juniker sterling silver pieces start at under $250.
And our signature colored gemstone pendants starting at just $275.
Diamond pendants for under $995 and diamond tennis bracelets for under $2,000.
Maybe it's time for that diamond. Juniker Jewelry Company is Mississippi's direct diamond importer with more loose diamonds and settings than any store in the state.
Guys, it's one-stop shopping and you're done.
This year, this Valentine's, come to Juniker's.
Your one-stop Valentine's store.
Juniker Jewelry Company, 1485 Highland Colony Parkway in Madison, and junikerjewelry.com, Mississippi's direct diamond importer.
A new year means a new you with a new ride from Mazda of Jackson with our extended super sale. Chart your new course in a 2025 CX-5 before they're gone. Price to move with 0.9% financing for 72 months with approved credit. And see why it's the compact crossover that's built for you. Plus, get 1 year maintenance included on your new vehicle purchase. It's time to make the resolution to choose Mazda today. Shop online at MazdaJackson.com or visit Mazda Jackson on I-55 Frontage Road.
This Valentine's Day, be the hero without the hassle. At Green Oak, we're the Valentine's Day experts. We know exactly what she wants, and we make it easy for you to get it right. Choose from stunning hand-designed floral arrangements and gifts online at greenoakms.com or visit us in-store in Jackson next to Palm Bridges Park or in Ridgeland at the Township. Green Oak does all the work. You get all the credit. Order now at greenoakms.com and make this Valentine's Day unforgettable. Green Oak, Jackson's floral expert since 1960.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Come see me, Jamie Creel, at Shelter Insurance and see why Forbes has rated us #1 in the world.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Hey guys, we got some breaking news here that I just got during the break, and we're not going to leave with a commercial here. We're going to go straight to this. Madison Station Elementary School They got a bomb threat apparently this morning. I got sent some screenshots here from a group text with some parents, and this is some pretty scary stuff here. If you got a kid at Madison Station, I'm guessing you probably already know, but just in case you don't know, avoid the area, or if they've already been dropped off, get them. Says, does anybody have an update on what's going on with the school? Another person says possible bomb threat. The RO just told us. Says, well, I guess we're headed to the house. It gets worse. Hold on. Says, yes, they will have to have dogs sniff it out. Then another person says, we sat in the car ride line for 15 minutes until KD came over the intercom. This is where it gets scary. So I guess KD, maybe the principal or something, says, came over the intercom and told all teachers to run to the woods with the children. Parents and students were instructed to get back in their cars and go home. Then it says, I'm just trying to think. I want to say that some resolution was had. Somebody else has just talked to the wife who works at the school. They are on lockdown, but it appears everyone is safe. So I'm assuming there's some sort of text system. If you have a kid in the school, hopefully you have gotten some kind of notification by now. But chaos at Madison Station Elementary School, according to this parental group text I got sent some screenshots from. Thank you to my buddy for sending me those. Just try to let everybody know. I don't want to scare anybody this morning, but damn, I'd want to know if my kid was at that school or on the way to that school or in a bus or there or whatever. So I'm just passing it along in case maybe you're listening to the radio this morning and not paying attention to your text or whatnot. So, man, that's scary. I mean, I've never seen one where they told the teacher to get the kids and run to the woods. That's real. That's very real right there. You know, I'm gonna guess that it's some idiot doing something stupid and it's false, but nonetheless, that's a traumatic thing for them kids to have to hear over the intercom, and the teachers too. Y'all pray for them out there this morning. That's scary stuff. One thing I know, Madison, they will, if it was a bomb threat, they will indeed find out whom sent it, and they will indeed FAFO swiftly. Scary stuff. Well, let's see here. We're just not going to do an ad read here. I don't like lumping in sponsors with bad news like that. So let's just jump straight into the school choice stuff, shall we? The LS Autoplex text line, 769-241-1944. If you want to call in this morning, 601-879-0002. Stay on topic, please. So I got a text from a friend of mine down at the Capitol late yesterday afternoon. Said that the HB2, the school choice bill, Jason White's most important legislation this session, had been killed in committee unanimously. Republicans and Democrats all voted no. So Kingfisher's got a little write-up here. Says the Senate Education Committee killed HB2 on a unanimous voice vote this afternoon. The bill would create school choice programs in Mississippi. The bill barely passed the House of Representatives with a margin of 2 votes as Republicans in suburban districts with A-rated schools voted in the negative. And also 2 Republicans took a walk. 2 Republicans took a walk instead of voting. Now, one of them, who I like, says he was working on some tractors or something and wasn't there. But, I mean, that's the same thing. That big of a vote, you choose not to be there. You took a walk. You weren't there by choice. So, anyway, that just tells you how unpopular this was. So, reading on here, says Committee Chair Dennis DeBar Jr., Republican, said the committee already passed bills that covered most of HB2 except for the charter schools and the education saving accounts provisions. Lieutenant Governor Delbert Hosemann said this: The unanimous action of the Senate Education Committee reflects listening to constituents and educators across Mississippi. Senate Bill 2002 is a far more reasonable and conservative form of school choice. Mississippi has invested heavily in education over the last 14 years, rising to 16th in the nation. Our focus must remain on strengthening public education. However, school choice support, this is Kingfish back here, says, however, school choice supporters school choice supporters should not lose hope, as today's action was only the first dead. They are still more deaths to go. There's going to be a lot more deaths to go. I think they'll end up with, well, this is what I assume. I could be wrong. It seems rather contentious down there, but we might not get anything before the end of the year. But both sides want some type of school choice. So you would think they'll come together on something. You can always expand the thing. I just don't know why we got to jump in head first. This isn't like being pregnant. You know how you can't be kind of pregnant? You're either pregnant or you're not. We don't have to do that with school choice. We can't tiptoe into this thing over a few years, just like they did with our elimination of our income tax. I mean, 10 damn years before we get down to zero. I don't know why we got to jump head first into school choice from nothing to everything all at once. That ain't what we do in Mississippi. I can't think of one situation where we've jumped head first into anything in my lifetime around here, whether it was gambling, marijuana. Well, the lottery, we did kind of jump head first into the lottery for the most part. You can get a dang lottery ticket anywhere. But outside of the lottery, and I'm sure there's some restrictions, I'm sure there's something that we can't do on the lottery that other states can do, because I just know Mississippi. We tiptoe into everything, for better or worse. So, I mean, we've never just gone all in, unrestricted, from nothing to everything. Oh, I can't think of any bill that we've done that with, any law that we've undone, any sin that we have allowed. I mean, we don't even have mobile sports betting. So, my point being, we don't have to jump all the way in. And look, I'm just going to say this, and I'm going to ruffle some feathers this morning with this. When the pro-school choice people, the conservative think tankers and all that, did y'all really think that parading a former gay porn star into the Capitol and all around here to wag your fingers at Republicans, or to call every Republican that disagreed with you on school choice racist? Did y'all really think that was going to help sell your case? Help make your argument for you? Oh, well, we'll show them. We'll call them racist. Oh, but you know what? We'll bring in the gay porn star. That'll get them. LOL. And look, I'm not judging. I used to work with a former gay porn star, one of my good friends. Shout out to Marcus Steele. Anyway, I don't care. I don't care what you used to do in a former life. Everybody's offered forgiveness, redemption. I used to smoke meth. You know, I'm not here to judge. I mean, if I had to pick one or the other to do gay porn or smoke meth, if you gave me the choice today, I would probably still smoke meth over being a gay porn star, but that's just me. Anyway, I don't know if there is an anyway after that. Let's just be honest. So you can't sit here and be mad at a bunch of Republicans that didn't bite into that poisonous apple. It's like, we'll just call them racist. No, that is not how you're going to get me or any of the representatives I know to do what you want them to do. Never in the history of ever. It's like telling a woman to calm down when she's mad. Has that ever worked? Now, in my personal experience, when a woman's mad, that's not what you do to get them to calm down. There are things you can do, but it requires being a little aggressive, but they kind of like that. Anyway, Anyway, I'm just saying. Calling everybody racist probably wasn't the way to get it done. Being combative and attacking everybody that disagrees with you, probably not the way to get them to do what you want to do. Sending out mailers attacking legislators and saying they're going against the Trump agenda. They're teaming with the ACLU. No. They're doing what their constituents are asking them to do. The majority of their constituents. And I'm not just saying this, first off, the school choice stuff, it is not nearly as popular as y'all think it is. It is popular in the capital bubble, the topic. Like in the Mississippi political bubble, it's a very popular hot button topic. But if you were to walk into Burgers, Blues, Barbecue, McBee's, Cypress Point, any of our great restaurant sponsors at lunch today, and you were just to walk up to some average Joe or average Ashley or Karen or whoever, sit down and ask them what they think about school choice, they're probably going to look at you with a blank stare because they don't even know what the hell you're talking about. And then if you tell them, oh, yeah, well, it's where kids from Jackson can come to school out in Rankin and Madison County, or it's where we're going to use taxpayer funds to send kids to private schools. Oh, yeah, we're also, if a parent makes less than $55,000 a year, we're going to give them an extra money to send their kid to private school. They may throw their food at you. It's not as popular as y'all think it is. It would have passed by way more than 2 votes that chose to walk in the House if it was. Phone line 601-879-0002. Ellis Autoplex text line 769-241-1944. We'll be right back.
.1039 WYAB.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
1039 WYAB. Pocahontas, Jackson.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repair? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Pure Air Consultants offers services on your heating and cooling system. It's time to get your heating system serviced. We offer replacement, service, maintenance agreements. It's important because if you have a gas heating system, it can produce carbon monoxide. So you want to make sure you have your system serviced and cleaned to protect your family. You want to make sure your system is safe to run. You can find us on our website at mypureairconsultants.com, mypureairconsultants.com.
Here at Lake and Glass and Tint, we've become well known for 2 things: window tint and windshields. Now, when it comes to window tint, you already know that we're the go-to for home, car, and office. And as always, we offer free consultations. So if you're in the need of window tint or windshields, give us a call, 601-946-1000. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram or at lakeandglassandtint.com. Lake and Glass and Tint, where quality matters.
Get ready, Jackson. On Friday, February 6th, Martin's Restaurant downtown cranks it up with Pretty Tied Up, the ultimate Guns N' Roses tribute band. Hear all the classics like Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine, Paradise City, and more. Played loud with full 80s rock swagger. Don't miss a night of pure Guns N' Roses energy, live at Martin's Restaurant downtown in Jackson. Visit the Martin's Downtown Facebook page for ticket information.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse, or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
Hey, Rankin County, swing by the locally owned and award-winning 042 Wine and Spirits on Highway 80 next to Sonny's Barbecue in Brandon today. We've got one of the largest selections around with over 200 bourbons and whiskeys to ignite your taste buds, more than 50 vodkas, 50-plus tequilas, 30-plus rums, and ready-to-drink cocktails, as well as premium scotches. And get this, we've got over 400 wines in stock for the perfect pairing anytime. Discover your new favorites today at 042 Wine and Spirits right next to Sonny's Barbecue, Highway 80, Cross Gates, Brandon.
Your pool should be something you enjoy, not something you fight with. Hi, I'm Darren with Elite Pools. At Elite Pools, we do more than just service. We take care of everything your pool needs, from your routine maintenance to your full repairs, upgrades, and even complete transformations. If your pool needs a little attention or a fresh start, then Elite Pools can bring it back to life. Visit Elite Pools online at elitepoolsms.com. That's elitepoolsms.com. Or give us a call. At Elite Pools, we keep you swimming.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. Guys, I want to welcome a new partner to the show. Been working on this a while now, man. How about Elite Pools? That's right. Elite Pools is now here on the Clay Edwards Show. Appreciate Darren and his team. Want to welcome to the show. You can visit Elite Pools online at elitepoolsms.com. Elite Pools can handle anything that your pool needs, from routine maintenance to full repairs, upgrades, and even complete transformations. Elite Pools can bring your old pool back to life. Is your pool water green? Now, I've dealt with this over the years in my pool. I don't have one anymore, but I used to. Call Elite Pools before you even think about adding any chemicals to it. It could be a range of other issues like your filter, water flow, or even sand type. Elite Pools is an exclusive dealer of Jandy, that's Jandy equipment. They're industry leaders. They come with a 3-year parts and labor warranty, which is not a guarantee that most dealers make, covering parts like heaters, filters, pumps, return jets, and more. If you got a pool, you understand all this language. You probably had to replace some of these parts over the years if you've had a pool more than 2 or 3 years. Elite Pools uses Merlin liners, which are 100% made in the USA vinyl. They even work after hours when the other guys won't. Visit elitepoolsms.com and learn more. elitepoolsms.com. And I shouldn't have to say this. You already know, if they're on this show, locally owned, locally operated, right out of here in Madison County. They have a retail store up in Grenada. So if you need any, if you're up in North Mississippi and you're listening to this, visit their store up there for any services you may need, or any not equipment, any chemicals and whatnot that you may need. And they got it all. You want to add a slide, steps, anything. ElitePoolsMS.com. Give Darren a call today. All right, we're getting some breaking news on this Madison, this elementary school bomb threat. Lindsay just texted in. She was on the way there. When she started getting the information, that's where her kids go. They're freaking out. WJTV is the first local news outlet with anything about this. I'm trying to open up the app here. It says, I want to button this up and not just use text information that we got. It says Madison County Schools said a threat was called into Madison Station Elementary School this morning. District leaders said law enforcement responded to the campus and began processing the scene. Students and staff have been relocated to Ridgecrest Church on Old Canton Road in Madison. Parents or emergency contacts are asked to come to Ridgecrest to reunite with their student. Parents and emergency contacts must bring a photo ID, as we can only release students to those on the contact list who present proper ID. No exceptions, said Rick Negron, Director of Communications for Madison County Schools. The school campus will be closed as law enforcement and first responders continue to work the scene. The investigation is ongoing. Now, I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it because breaking rules are necessary. There's a little line in here, and this is nothing about them. Says ID must be present, no exceptions. Man, I wish we had that same energy about voting. Wouldn't that be nice? We had that same energy about voting. ID must be present. I mean, I've had to show mine every time I voted in Mississippi. I thought I had some sort of privilege or something, but anyway, not to jump too far down that rabbit hole right there. Maybe me and Andrew can talk about that when he gets in here. Andrew's going to be joining me in hour 2 again this morning. We had a really colorful conversation yesterday on this Epstein stuff, and I want to pick that back up a little bit with Andrew. I also want to talk about the school choice stuff, and Andrew's been working on some bills too that he's been pushing for banning Sharia law in Mississippi. You would think that you wouldn't need a bill for that, but apparently you do, and we have several. So we're going to get the updates on those. What got out of committee, what didn't. Did any of them get out of committee? I don't know. Andrew's following all that really, really closely. So we'll get with Andrew here in hour 2 on that. Let's go to the text line and see what you guys are saying. And I'll try to read some of your online chats too on the Mazda Jackson live stream. Let's see here. The texts were coming in fast and furious this morning. And my phone, I hate it automatically picks up on Wi-Fi around here. We don't even have Wi-Fi in here. Unknown texture says, if I really want to upset my wife, I tell her to calm yourself. Yeah, I'm telling you, you don't tell a woman to calm down. That does not work. That does not work. You usually, if you're on that testosterone, you can usually get her to calm down in the bedroom. In my experiences, anyway. Let's take a call here. Hey, you on there?
Hey, it's Buddy. I want to make a prediction about this illustrious school choice bill. You wait and see. It won't start immediately, but there'll be some clown that say, well, I can't be carrying my kid 20 miles to the school that I want him to go to. He's entitled to a ride. And you wait and see. Transportation will be provided. And it's gonna be a sucking hole for money. My kids are grown. I made a choice. I had school choice. I dug in my pocket and I paid to go to private school. But you wait and see. It's going to open a can of worms like you won't believe, because people are going to be demanding all kinds of things. If little Johnny wants to go to school 20 miles away, I can't carry him. So it's the government's deal. They got to do it, and us working folks, and I'm still working and paying taxes. And I'll end up getting stuck with it.
And then it's going to be, well, my little Johnny, little John Tavius, whoever, can't afford as nice a clothes as these kids out here. I think everybody should have to wear uniforms. So yes. So my little kid doesn't feel different, doesn't feel less than.
Lunches, uniform lunches, it's coming. And look, I made school choice. I got my kids into a good school, and I dug in my pocket, and I did without. And it's just, and now, I have grandkids, and I'm still paying school taxes. And just wait and see. Our legislature, I hate to say it, and most people pushing this can't see 2 inches beyond their nose. They think it's going to be wonderful and great, and somebody's going to get money out of it. And always, that's always the way it works for politicians. Somebody's going to feather their nest. But this is going to cost the working folks more money than we can imagine. And also, I live down in Florida now. Got a great school system. They're going to get some thug that's been thrown out of every school in Jackson, and they're going to bring him over here and deposit him here because he'll be better if he's in a better environment, and it never works. The worst ones always drag the best ones down. It never goes the opposite direction.
Never, and that's been my argument the whole time. All it takes is one cancer cell to kill a whole body.
That's right. And look, I enjoy the show. keep giving them hell. And, I'm going to just tell you something. I want to put this out. Any of you protester lemon types that want to come to my church, come on. I'll be glad to lay holy hands on you because that's in the Bible. Of course, they're going to be doubled up with fists. So have a great day, brother.
You too, brother. Thank you, buddy. Just sprinkle a little holy water on them when they come in. I've got a funny text on a funny live chat on the Mazda Jackson live stream. Says little Nikki watching on YouTube says, I was reliably told that asking for ID was racist. And we got another text. Cecil says they just had a bomb threat at Madison Station. Yep, Cecil, we just talked about that, brother. Thank you. Let's see here. That's really about all I got here. Well, Michael Edwards says that was a big waste of time. They could have been planning on making MDOT a better state-funded corp. Oh yeah, talking about the the time they wasted on school choice. Look, so I was curious about it, and I just went to Grok and I typed in, who stands to make money? Why is the Trump administration so gung-ho on school choice? Who in the Republican power structure stands to profit from school choice passing or making money in charter schools? Well, the answer is the Koch brothers and Betsy DeVos. I believe is what let me say allegedly, because I'm kind of running off memory here. I know Betsy DeVos, whatever you want to say. And I want to say the Koch brothers too, who also fund Americans for Prosperity. And they're obviously pushing this big time. So anyway, let's take a break. We'll be right back here on the Clay Edwards Show. But hey, look, with that said, I ain't got a problem with people pushing their stuff. I just don't have to go along with it. I don't have to like it. I'm all for people making money. I'm all for the system. And the system worked in our favor yesterday. So it is what it is. There's going to be plenty of times that it won't, because God knows there's been plenty of times that it hadn't.
.1039 WYAB.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Are you craving a home-cooked meal without the hassle? Come over to McBee's Bar and Grill in Ridgeland for their Blue Plate lunch specials. Served up every weekday, at McBee's it's a different entree every day. Chicken spaghetti on Mondays, beef tip Tuesday, pork chop Wednesday, spaghetti Thursday, and catfish Fridays. And McBee's Blue Plate lunch comes with 2 classic southern sides and cornbread or a roll. McBee's specials are served every weekday from 11 to 2. McBee's, buzzing the res since 1982.
We would like to invite you to visit our retirement community, which is not only beautiful, but affordable as well. I'm Rhonda Brown, director at the Waterford on Highland Colony in Ridgeland. Our team members are passionate about making our residents' life easier and more enjoyable. We have fun-filled educational and entertaining activities, plus daily exercise that will help with your stamina and balance. Call us at the Waterford on Highland Colony in Ridgeland, 601-856-6131.
When it's time to get serious about work-ready equipment, come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. From rugged Big Tex trailers to durable CM and Legend X truck beds, H&H has what your truck needs to work harder and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment from Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. Visit H&H Chief Sales in Carthage today or anytime at hhchiefsales.com. H&H, quality equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do.
Pack up the kiddos, hop in the car. It's a sweet little getaway, it's not too far.
For candy, chocolate, sweets, and treats. Smiles from the door to the back row seats.
Hey! Mississippi Candy Company, bringing kids and the memories.
Grandma, Grandpa, come and see. It's an excellent trip for the whole family. Down D's Drive-In, Gluckstadt. Mississippi Candy Company, that's where it's at.
Hey kids, ask your parents and grandparents to go right now.
What are people saying about Tom's Fried Pies in Richland?
I'm on a diet. I don't want to be down there at Tom's Fried Pies. We had a good time. When I tell you the crust was flaky, I'm talking about buttery. This was nothing like I've ever tasted. Ever. I mean, I've never tasted anything like that, man. It was nice. Atmosphere was nice. Everybody there was nice. Because I'll be back, even though I don't supposed to with my diet. I really enjoyed myself.
Tom'sFriedPies.com. Tom'sFriedPies.com.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Serpent Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
Pops Auto Sales on Highway 49 in Florence is where you come to buy quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, priced to fit your budget. Stop by Pops Auto Sales today, where fair prices and superior service leads to satisfied repeat buyers. Or go to popsautosalesllc.com and browse our inventory and get pre-approved for zero-down financing with approved credit, with service contracts and warranties available. And guys, our truck inventory is one of the largest for any independent dealer, period. Pops Auto Sales, Highway 49 in Florence.
Hello, I'm Gary Jolly from the Tractor Store. LS Tractor understands your passion for the land, and just like you, LS Tractor is committed to excellence and superior products. LS Tractor comes with a long list of standard features that are unmatched by other brands and backed with the LS commitment to provide exceptional customer service and satisfaction. You get a lot more for your money with the LS Tractor. Come to the Tractor Store in Richland to experience the LS difference. The Tractor Store in Richland.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay.
Welcome back into the Clay Edwards Show. We got about a minute here for our top of the hour break. We're going to have Andrew Allgosser, no breaks in here with us. A lot of interesting stuff popping off this morning and last night. One of the things I want to talk about in the next hour is the big All-American halftime show. Is going to be competing against the Bad Bunny NFL halftime show. This is turning into a big debacle for the NFL. As Bad Bunny says he's going to wear a dress and make anti-ICE political statements on the biggest stage in America. Well, Kid Rock and some other guys, Brantley Gilbert, has said, "Not so fast, my friend." We'll talk about that and more. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
1039 WYAB, Pocahontas, Jackson.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. The Today Show's Savannah Guthrie and her family are still waiting in anguish for a breakthrough in their 84-year-old mother's abduction in Arizona last weekend. Law enforcement officials are hoping the ransom note we found out about yesterday will lead them to Nancy Guthrie. CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti asked Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos.
Is there anything in that note that seems credible at this moment that you're giving weight to?
The entire note.
So you're not dismissing this note at this point?
Absolutely not.
Former FBI Special Agent Doug Coons has his doubts.
Anybody can send in a ransom note and say, yeah, it was us, and we want these millions of dollars in crypto. And you just can't assume that that is accurate.
This is sentencing day for Ryan Ruth, the man convicted of an assassination attempt on then presidential candidate Donald Trump on a golf course in Florida in 2024. Legal contributor Jessica Levinson.
The court will hear arguments regarding the appropriate sentencing range and will consider the nature and circumstances of the offense, the need for deterrence, protection of the public, respect for the law.
Federal prosecutors are asking for life in prison. Democrats say they're alarmed as President Trump doubles down on calls to nationalize elections. He specifically cited districts he lost in 2020. Correspondent Nancy Cordes is at the White House.
If a state can't run an election, I think the people behind me should do something about it.
Trump then listed a number of Democrat-led cities like Detroit and Atlanta, where he thinks the federal government should step in.
Look at some of the places that horrible corruption on elections, and the federal government should not allow that. The federal government should get involved.
The Pentagon is threatening to end its partnership with Scouting America.
The Pentagon says the group formerly known as the Boy Scouts needs to make core value reforms. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is upset the Scouts started allowing girls to join 2 years ago.
See, this is an institution the left didn't control. They didn't want to improve it. They wanted to destroy it or dilute it into something that stood for nothing.
Without the military support, the Scouts could lose some meeting spaces and lose the hundreds of troops who are expected to provide security and logistical support at the Scouts National Jamboree this year. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Bill Gates speaking out after his name appeared in the last batch of documents released from the Jeffrey Epstein files. The Microsoft founder tells Australia's 9 News he did not take part in Epstein's abuse of teenage girls.
The more that comes out, the more clear it'll be that although the time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior.
Dow futures are up 132. This is CBS News.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-518-3899. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an 8+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-518-3899. That's 800-518-3899. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real.
Local news and weather brought to you by Mississippi Energy Services. We're your fast, affordable, and friendly generator service company. msenergy.us. msenergy.us.
What a piece of paper signed by the governor may mean. Mostly cloudy through the day with a high at 47. Tonight, well below freezing with a low at 26. Thursday, the high warms back up to 48, and it's 65 and sunny by Friday. With news on 103.9 WYAB, I'm Chris Davis. A request for a major disaster declaration was put in by Governor Reeves Tuesday, he says, and that's for the counties that were hit hard by the winter storm. It's not a guarantee that gets granted, but Reeves says he and MEMA and others looked into it to make sure that Mississippi meets all the criteria. If it is granted, that could mean individual assistance for people affected, unemployment money for people who couldn't work, and money to help local governments with all the cleanup. He tried once to burn the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Wiggins down, and when that fire went out before the job was done, Stephen Day Rowald returned 2 weeks later and set another fire inside, and for that, he will spend 30 years in federal prison. Rowald was found guilty of those 2024 fires last year and was sentenced this week. She'll have to be resentenced likely, but most of Beth Ann White's convictions in relation to the 2021 DUI wreck that killed Allison Conaway of Clinton and her son and permanently hurt other family members were upheld by the Court of Appeals. But one conviction for fourth offense DUI was overturned because the court ruled that the statute of limitations had run out on that one. The message from the state fire marshal is have a working smoke alarm. He says in 14 of the 19 fire deaths so far this year in Mississippi, there was not a working smoke alarm. Cheney says the 19 deaths is 7 more than the same period last year. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis.
Since 2012, Brentech Solutions has been keeping Central Mississippi businesses connected and protected. From secure data backup and cloud services with Synology to reliable network design and maintenance, servers, and business Wi-Fi, Brentech truly does it all. Brentech is your Ring Pro partner and smart home automation solutions provider. Brentech can handle Microsoft 365 support and even Starlink. Visit brentech.ms. That's brentech.ms. IT solutions that work.
When it's time to get serious about work-ready equipment, come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. From rugged Big Tex trailers to durable CM and Legend X truck beds, H&H has what your truck needs to work harder and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment from Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. Visit H&H Chief Sales in Carthage today or anytime at hhchiefsales.com. H&H, quality equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do.
Welcome to the Clay Edwards Show. More adrenaline.
You know, it's a pretty interesting time to be alive. What's the saying? May the times you live in be interesting. We have accomplished that.
And more testosterone for your morning drive.
But when you know you've got a problem, how about tell people and be honest? What's going on?
Going to war on cancel culture and bringing the spotlight on issues and topics from around the city of Jackson.
I feel like Jackson, Mississippi.
No one else wants to talk about.
The whole system is corrupt and evil. It's unreal. And they don't care. And everybody knows that. It's just sad.
And fights for the soul of America.
I'm going to need y'all to explain to me what a positive solution is, because you positive solutions only people have been in charge for a while now. And I'm not seeing too many positive solutions.
You never met a motherfucker.
Strap in, turn up the volume, and get ready, Jackson, for unfiltered, no sugar added talk radio. It's award-winning podcaster Clay.
Boom goes the dynamite. It's hour 2 of the most incendiary show on the RADIO. This is the Clay Edwards Show here on 103.9 FM, WYAB, inside the Men's Health and Women's Wellness in Mississippi studios, where you can always text Clay to 800-601-800-5130. Just text Clay. They're going to get you hooked up with a complimentary testosterone screening, and you're going to get back. It's a first step to getting your manhood back, to turning your life from meh to let's effing go. It's just that simple. That shot, what it does to you, it takes about 6 to 8 weeks to really get going. Just like you slowly lose it and you don't realize you're slowly losing it, it takes a minute to get back in you. And then you're going to know it's back in you. You're going to wake up one day and it's like, oh, let's go, man. Let's just go. Your feet are ready to hit the floor. You're motivated. You're fired up. You're hitting on all cylinders. And it's just LFG every day. And that's how I've been living my life for the last 3 years. LFG every day. I might put that on a shirt. Now that I think about it, LFG every day. And that is what testosterone has done for me. There's no waiting for the weekend. I'm ready every day, all day. Let's go. Always be ready. So you ain't got to get ready. And I think you guys should text Clay to 800-5130, 601-800-5130. And look, man, there's so much more than just testosterone clinic. They're your general physician too. And you pay a small little low monthly membership fee, and you can use them for all of your medical needs, your general physician needs. Why are you going to MEA? Why are you going to Trust Care, any of these places? Men's Health in Mississippi, Women's Health in Mississippi. You can do all that right there. Not feeling good? They have a text line. You can just text them and tell them what you need for the most part. Once you've been out there some, and then they can refill your prescriptions and all that without you even having to go in there. So check all that out. Highly recommend it. Men's Health, Women's Wellness in Mississippi. Hey, also, don't forget this Friday night, Pretty Tied Up, the Guns N' Roses tribute band, going to be live at Martin's downtown. Show starts at 10 o'clock. You can get down there anytime you want. Start partaking in some dinner. Eat some dinner while you're there. Have a few drinks and get ready to rock out to your favorite GNR songs. All right, Andrew Gosser, how you doing this morning?
I'm feeling great, man. Feeling great.
Good, man. You're looking good this morning. It's a nice shirt, nice hoodie you got on there.
Yeah, this hoodie is a hot commodity in our household. Often my daughter decides that she wants to support the Clay Edwards Show, so she robs it, but I go in there and rob it right back.
Well, we do appreciate that. Tell her we said thank you. For those not watching on the Mazda Jackson live stream, Andrew is wearing the FAFO hoodie, which there are a few left over at buyfafo.com. Andrew, so let's circle back. School choice.
Yes,
What'd you
sir.
think about the bill getting? And let's just be honest. This was the least surprising thing that came out of the Capitol yesterday.
I wasn't surprised, and as you know, we disagreed on this. But if you're watching on the webcam, Clay and I aren't dueling right now. We don't have the knives out. We're sitting here like two responsible grown adults, and I am more shocked by what the supporters of the bill are saying more than anything else. If you know civics, if you've studied how Senates work, whether it be the U.S. Senate or the state Senate, the Senate is where bills go to die. Our system is designed for that. So knowing that how Lieutenant Governor Delbert Hosemann felt about it, how he put in what he thought was acceptable into Senate Bill 2002 moving forward. I was more shocked at just by some of the responses of people who are supporting it. I mean, it's not a surprise that people on the outskirts of Jackson do not support this. I'm very certain that if the House came back and put the same bill forward, with the exception of public school to public school transfers, that it would get through sailing colors.
Well, it's
But
not. It's not just the outskirts of Jackson. It's most A+ school districts in the state don't want it.
Well, I'm just looking from
Yeah,
more
sure.
where
Yeah,
how
yeah.
I see it. You're right. I concede that, but just from the feedback from what I'm getting from what I'm being texted and talked to about. But that was the big push right there, and that's how it's supposed to be. The House is the voice of the people, and that's where the closest relationship to the government is. The Senate is supposed to be the upper chamber, right, where it's a little bit more. I'm not going to say sophisticated, but a little bit more stoic, a little bit more based on tradition. Things like the filibuster, uh, blue slips, things like that. So I wasn't shocked at all, and I was more interested in some of the other things that ended up dying yesterday than actually HB2.
So tell us about those.
So Fred Shanks did a great job. Clay Mansell also put in an anti-Sharia law bill, and there actually ended up 5, and they were all referred to the House Judiciary Committee A. And I thought at least one of them had a shot of getting through, but it didn't. And it's not any poor reflection on any of those state representatives who put forward those bills. I look at it as my own fault, because I was the one who reached out to a couple people. We put together a video and stuff, and I had never participated in the legislative process in Mississippi before. So I'm learning all this stuff, and the things that I've learned now, I want to talk about it here on your show, but talk about it on my show, not just today, but moving forward. It's why it's so important, Clay, and you know this. It's so important that you get to know your state rep, you get to know your state senator, you get to know who your Republican and Democrat delegates are, so that you can have more influence and sway when it comes time in January when you want to have a piece of legislation through. Instead, you're calling up your rep and he's never met you before, and all of a sudden you're saying, you better vote for HB2 or else, or, do you have a reputation with him? Hey, boss, we got this HB2. I'm really for it. Here's the X, Y, and Z. It's just building relationships. You know how it is.
Yeah, look, I want to say thank you to all the listeners out there this morning that called and supported the independent pharmacy bills that we were pushing the other day. The House bill did come out of committee and will go to the floor to be voted on.
That's right.
So that's big.
That's really big.
I went to my local independent pharmacy yesterday to pick up my sleeping meds, and I was treated like a rock star when I walked in. They were very, very happy with what we that we were in the fight with them. Like, because Andrew, I was telling Fred this last night. I was just shocked to find out that our independent pharmacists are such an integral part to our communities. I mean, they're as important as your personal physician, as your preacher, as anybody, as far as I'm concerned. They're a cornerstone of our communities.
Yep.
I mean, they're extremely important in my opinion. And I was just not aware that they were getting bent over the barrel like they were with these PBMs. And that's all the way that math and all works. It's above my pay grade. I just trust that these guys they know they're getting screwed, because they're the ones writing the check for the difference, right?
Absolutely.
So they know they're getting screwed, and all of them agree on this. So, well, at least all the ones I've spoken to. Let me be careful there. And so I'm gonna trust that they know what they're talking about. And I think a lot of other people are kind of the same way. Like, it's a little above my pay grade trying to understand the mathematics of how this works, but we're going to trust you guys on this because we understand the importance of our independent pharmacies. I was talking to my lady friend last night. I was like, where do you get your medicine filled? And she told me, and I'm not gonna put her business out there. I was like, no. We got to get you switched over.
Yep.
We got to get you switched over from the big box to over here. And I explained all the pros to it. So, well, it's going to depend on how much it costs. I said, what? That cost can't be everything. Because you're talking about maybe just a couple dollars difference if you got insurance, probably pennies on the dollar here. Anyway, I was like, it's probably gonna be cheaper, but I don't want to tell you one way or another because I don't know. But that aside, we need to be supporting these independent pharmacies. If you're out there listening this morning, you get your medicines at one of these big box stores, I just implore you to consider reaching out to one of your locally owned pharmacies, Brandon Discount Drugs, Flora. I can't remember the names of the other ones. That I interviewed the guy here in Florida the other day. I can't remember the name of his.
The Vicksburg guy?
Well, him in Vicksburg, but I interviewed the other guy from Florida right here on Main Street. His name was Clinic, eludes me, but anyway, just pick one. I don't care which one. And you will not Pokes. They have several locations. Those are really great folks. And just pick you one and start doing business with them. You won't regret it. They might not have a drive-through.
Yep.
I get it. They might not have a drive-through, but I know without a doubt that if you pull up to it and you call them and tell them you're out there and you're elderly or you're disabled, they'll bring it out to you.
Without a doubt. And that's the whole thing about the shift in our society, the shift in how we're looking at things now. You go back to COVID and all the big box stores stayed open. All the mom and pop stores stayed closed, and the same thing's happening with our eyeglasses. It's the same thing's happening with our pharmacies. And it's absolutely critical. I want to be able to go in and know my hometown pharmacist. I want to have those personal one-on-one relationships. If it costs me $1 more, that's great. He knows my mom, or he knows my dad, he knows my wife, my kids. That there's something to be said there. And if it's not a level playing field where a big box store can go in and buy 50,000 quantity of prescription X, and your local pharmacy only needs 300, they're getting an unlevel unfair
It's the Walmart. It's the
there.
Walmart deal. I've been watching a lot of videos about this lately, just kind of what Walmart did to win the war, the pricing war. So let's just say, I think it was with Pepsi they did this with. I want to say Pepsi. And I think there's some laws that have come about now where they can't do this anymore. Or maybe there's some laws that are trying to get pushed through where they can't do this anymore, one or the other. But they would say, if we're going to sell your product, you cannot allow anybody to sell it for cheaper than what we sell it for.
Wow, I did not know about that.
Yep. And if they do it, you take your product from them and don't allow them to sell it.
Wow, that's crazy, especially if they're doing that in the pharmaceutical realm. That would be terrible. I mean, that gets rid of free market competition. That's what made America great to begin with, is our trust in capitalism,
Yep.
And I do know, talking to independent pharmacists up in Tupelo, there were drugs where they made money, but there were drugs where they lost money too, because they couldn't compete with those big box stores. So I'm grateful that that's out of the House committee and it's going to the floor. But it's still got a long way to go. Even if it gets out of the House, it's going to go to the Senate, where all things go to die, and that's by design. And depending on who runs the Senate, there's even a greater chance of, depending on the flavor of your bill, of dying even more or getting through. It's very, very different. I can remember being educating and informing senators at the Capitol in Washington, D.C., and the House side was very free-flowing. It was very open, and it was just a loose feeling. It was really good. You'd walk over to the Senate side, and all of a sudden, everything just kind of amped up a little bit. It was really weird. The whole aura and ambience of the Senate is very different from the House.
We got a text here on the Ellis Autoplex text line from Zach. He says, LFG, living for God. I like that. Great idea, Clay. I thought you would like that, Andrew. Let's take a break real quick. When we come back, I want to circle back to the school choice stuff. We got some questions about it on the text, and I want to get to some Epstein stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I got all kind of things I want to hit this morning, and let's get to it when we come back. Y'all don't go anywhere. Corner Pharmacy is the name of the pharmacy on Main Street there in Florida. Thank you. I just had a brain fart and could not remember. Thank you, Tommy Coleman on YouTube for that. Man, you try to remember everything in rapid fire. I never mean no disrespect if I can't remember your name or the name of your business. It's just my brain. It ain't all there when I've only been up for an hour. We'll be right back. Let's be honest. My brain ain't never all there. It really don't matter how long I've been up. We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
1039 WYAB.
Burgers, Blues, Barbecue. The name says it all. At our spots in Madison, downtown Brandon, and Flowood at Dogwood, dive into mouth-watering, award-winning burgers and barbecue like our tender brisket and savory pulled pork that'll have you licking your fingers clean. Our B3 Catering Company can handle any job from 5 to 5,000 people, and with 2 food trucks ready for all your special events. Check out the all-new burgersblues.com to view our full menu, order carry-out, and delivery by locally owned Take-A-Break deliveries.
Hey, business owners, want your phones to ring away? Get your name on the airwaves with the Clay Edwards Show today. Tell the town who you are while they're driving in their cars. If you want your business to grow, advertise on the Clay Edwards Show. Contact info at WIAB.com. Contact info at WIAB.com.
Hey guys, I have a secret for you. We notice. We notice when you're tired all the time. We notice when your drive is gone. We notice when you're just not feeling that into us. But here's the good news. It might not be your age. It might be your testosterone level. Hey y'all, I'm Morgan at Men's Health of Mississippi. We help men just like you. We specialize in giving you back your strength, your energy, stamina, and confidence. Don't settle for feeling less than your best. Call Men's Health of Mississippi today to find out what your testosterone level is. Trust me, we'll notice that too. Ladies, tired of running on empty, sleepless nights, mood swings, stubborn weight, skin that has lost its glow? It is not just getting older. It is your body begging for help. Hey y'all, I'm Morgan at Women's Wellness of Mississippi. At Women's Wellness of Mississippi, we bring it all together. Hormone therapy, medical weight loss, and the latest, greatest aesthetic treatments like facials, lasers, Botox, and so much more. This is where wellness and beauty meet so that you can feel amazing inside and out. At Women's Wellness of Mississippi, the best version of you is waiting right around the corner.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Serpent Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
A new year means a new you with a new ride from Mazda of Jackson with our extended super sale. Chart your new course in a 2025 CX-5 before they're gone. Price to move with 0.9% financing for 72 months with approved credit. And see why it's the compact crossover that's built for you. Plus, get 1 year maintenance included on your new vehicle purchase. It's time to make the resolution to choose Mazda today. Shop online at MazdaJackson.com or visit Mazda Jackson on I-55 Frontage Road.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repair? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
This Valentine's Day, be the hero without the hassle. At Green Oak, we're the Valentine's Day experts. We know exactly what she wants, and we make it easy for you to get it right. Choose from stunning hand-designed floral arrangements and gifts online at greenoakms.com or visit us in-store in Jackson next to Palm Bridges Park or in Ridgeland at the Township. Green Oak does all the work. You get all the credit. Order now at greenoakms.com and make this Valentine's Day unforgettable. Green Oak, Jackson's floral expert since 1960.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studio. This is the Clay.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show here live on WYAB. This segment brought to you by our friends over at, our good friends there. I got to tell you about Jamie Creel at Shelter Insurance Agency real quick. The other day, last Thursday, I believe, and he talked about the money he could save you business owners out there. Well, one of my buddies, I don't want to say his name out here, but you'll trust me on this. We'll call him Marty. Marty calls him, basically takes him up on the challenge. Marty's the business owner, small business owner. Says, well, let's see how much money you can save me. I heard you on Clay Show. Well, I can report back to you guys that Jamie saved Marty. Marty owns a little small company, mid-sized company, what are you going to call it? saving $50,000 a year, $30,000 alone just on his company vehicle insurance.
What?
But everything all in, saving him $50,000 a year in insurance. If you're a business owner out there and you're hearing that number and you ain't called Jamie Krill at Shelter Insurance, it's business malpractice.
Yep.
That is business malpractice. What could you do with an extra $50,000 a year as a business owner? Small business owner.
Man.
I mean, I know what I could do. You can reinvest back into your business. Now, I fully expect to hear from my buddy Marty to do some advertising on the Clay Edwards Show now with some of that saved money.
There you go. There you go.
It don't cost $50,000 a year to advertise here, but if you want to spend 50, we can definitely help you out. We can definitely help you out there. So we do have some studio sponsorship opportunities available across the station, not on this show, but Andrew, Kim Wade, Lindsay, we got some studio sponsorship opportunities if you want to spend a little chunk of change around here. But anyway, if you guys need to save some money, obviously everybody's different. Everybody's needs are different. Everybody's company is different. But if you want to save some money or you need a good locally owned local insurance agent, hit up Jamie Krill. Offices right here in Florida at the Cotton Exchange Plaza, or there in Ridgeland next to Fleet Feet. Shelter insurance agent, Jamie Krill. All right. Andrew Gosser. Let's circle back to school choice.
Yes, sir.
So it's the people who I contest or I contend that this is not nearly as popular of a topic outside of the Capitol bubble, outside of the political bubble, as people think it is inside the bubble.
I think it's a big deal for people who are stuck in bad school districts and want their kids to go out there and don't necessarily have the means to do it. I'm very blessed and fortunate. I saved up a lot of my life, got a retirement, got a 401k, bought silver when I should have. And, I can afford to send my daughter to a private school. For me, the main reason, and I'm just speaking for myself and for the people who I knew who supported it, we wanted it to where the money that we're paying into the public school system to follow our child while our child was in private school. You still pay public school, pay to educate kids after your kids are out of school, or if you never have kids, you're paying to have those kids educated. We just wanted that money to follow our kids while they were going through a private school, getting the education we wanted to have them to get. And then, after that, it goes right back into the pool. We get it. And that was the main thing that really got so many, I'll say Christian conservatives and those who have the means to send their kid to private school. That's what really got us going on that. There's a lot of people who take out loans because their kids are in a bad school district, and they realize that that's more important to have my kid in a good education than it is for me to go have a nice car or have this super big house. I know people, we talk about moving, but there are people who can't move. And again, I don't want to sit there and put the burden on the receiving public schools. I was reading in HB2 that the receiving school board, so Northwest Rankin, could just say, no, we don't want that student. We don't want that student. They had the complete autonomy to do that. But to the people who oppose school choice, to their point, when has the school board ever done anything that the residents want them to do? Almost next to never, especially in Rankin County. So I understand that, which is why I liked some of the stuff inside the bill and some of it didn't. Maybe this is the two-sided politician coming out of me, but in every bill that I ever voted on, there was never like 100% bill that I liked. Just leave it at
Well, here's my thing. That wasn't my hill to die on. I could understand the argument, both sides of that argument, of why you wouldn't want to take money away from a public school. But in good public school districts, you don't have to worry about that because, there's a reason that people want to send their kids there.
Yep.
But in the bad districts, I can understand why you wouldn't want to make them worse, because anybody that thinks, I told Andrew this off air, if y'all think that Jackson Public Schools or Hinds County or any of these just underperforming school districts throughout the state, through the Delta, wherever, if y'all think that they're going to just pull their bootstraps up and rally the team and try to get better and compete, You have not dealt with the North American Democrat too often, the Southern North American Democrat too often, if you think that's how that works. They're just going to poke their bottom lip out, cross their arms, and sit down and protest and call everybody a racist and do all these things until they get their way, because unfortunately, because y'all have left Gen X out of the political process for so long. Y'all boxed us out with boomers straight to millennials for some reason. I guess y'all just scared of us. And there's still a bunch of people that are boomers who are scared to be called racist. And there's millennials and younger who that's the absolute worst thing you could ever be called. Whereas Gen Xers just throw our middle fingers up and look at you dead in the eye and say, yes, so what? What's next? What you gonna do? We don't care. So when they, my point being, when they poke that bottom lip out and they cross their arms and they protest and they call everybody racist, it still works, unfortunately. And they're going to get whatever they want. And this little plan to force them to do better, like benching a football player to teach them a lesson, that ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work.
You know, it's really interesting. And this is, you bring up Gen X, and in my algorithm, I'm starting to get more of this. Why is Gen X so different?
Same here on my YouTube algorithm. Every other video, I watched one video the other day, or I talk about it. Now, every other video, my recommendations is why Gen X is this, why Gen X is that. Kingfish callback. I'm sorry, I got to run in my mouth.
Yep. I finally clicked on one of those videos, and it sit there, and it was actually pretty cogent. It wasn't AI, which I was grateful for. And you know, we are the analog to digital generation, and that's definitely something that makes us think a little bit differently. You know, there's never been a Gen X president, probably never will be. When there's a problem, we don't sit there and poke our bottom lip out and cross our arms. We figure out how the heck do we fix this situation and move forward. It's just we're different cut. And I don't understand why the millennials and the boomers are so close together.
You got to do a lot to offend me, and I don't care if I offend you. And that is just my motto for life, because I'm not going to go out and try to offend you. Like, I don't wake up and look at people, how can I offend them today? I just can't help that y'all are sissies and everything offends you. Like, I don't wake up and look at people personally and say, let me see what I can do to upset them today. I just speak the truth, or whatever my truth is, from the heart, from the gut, from right here. Nothing ever comes from above my chest. It all comes from below it. And I don't care who that offends. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. And that's why I'm where I'm at. That's why I've got 5 years into this, 1,148 episodes as of today. One of the top rated shows in the state of Mississippi.
Yep.
One of the top money producing shows in the state of Mississippi, if not the top.
Yep.
Without receiving any taxpayer funds.
There you go.
You know, shot fired. You know, so, you know, people want that. That's why people tune into this show. Don't mean because they agree with everything I say, but they know that everything that comes out of my mouth is coming from my gut.
And you've also done your research on it too.
Well, I've lived it. I don't have to do a whole lot of research. I have lived research, lived experience. Liberals love to talk about lived experiences and respect my lived experience only if they agree with your lived experience.
Well, I was just about to say, you know, if your lived experience is you've never achieved anything, well, your lived experience, I don't want to have that passed on to the next generation of kids. I want to figure out why didn't you excel? Was it because you had a poor upbringing, or was it because you made poor life choices? We're seeing that all up and down the spectrum now, especially in women.
Generational Section 8.
Yep. And not only that, but we're seeing, I don't take joy in watching this stuff, but I do watch it to try to learn from it. These women who are hitting the wall, whether they're 25, 35, 45, 55, you know, these are millionairesses, I guess is what they're called, female millionaires who regret being a millionaire and just wish they had a husband and kids. And, you know, that has repercussions as generations move forward. And, you know, what's important to a man and a woman now? Is it important to have a family, or is it important to have dual income, no kids? There's that lifestyle now that's very popular, the dinks.
I think if you have the ability to have children financially, physically, I think you owe it to yourself. And I was having this conversation about the other night. I think you owe it to yourself, because children will change you.
Yep.
No matter how hard you think you are, no matter how thick you think your skin is, no matter how selfish you are, no matter how independent you want to stay, children will ground you in a way that you never could have imagined, and it will tear you down for the right reasons. And it brings a balance to your life that you just can't. It's God. It's godly. I don't know any
Yep.
other way to say it. If you are doing what you need to do as a parent, it is something that drives. It changes everything that's important in your life when you have children. We got to take a break. We'll be right back. We can pick that up when you can respond to that when we come back if you want to.
Yep.
That when we come back if you want to.
1039 WYAB.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
1039 WYAB. Pocahontas, Jackson.
When seconds making a play, Short's got it covered.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Come see me, Jamie Creel, at Shelter Insurance and see why Forbes has rated us #1 in the world.
For over 15 years, A1 Gear and Auto has been your hometown specialist for your auto repair and maintenance needs. From brake repair to placement, to radiators, engines, starters, alternators, heat, and AC water pumps, and more, A1 will get your vehicle back up and running and on the road and in a timely manner. A1 is one of the only shops in the metro that specializes in rear differentials, rear ends, and rings and pinions. Call today to set up an appointment, or if you got questions, at 601-939-1060. A1 Gear and Auto, your hometown vehicle specialist.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind with friends and family? El Patrio Mexican Restaurant is calling your name. With locations in Flowood and Cross Gates, Brandon, El Patrio is the cozy, family-owned gym where great food meets great times. Enjoy El Patrio's signature margaritas and happy hour specials that keep their customers coming back for more. Indulge in their authentic Mexican dishes prepared with love and served in a warm, family-friendly atmosphere. Come to El Patrio and taste the traditions. El Patrio, where family, flavor, and fun come together.
Get ready, Jackson. On Friday, February 6th, Martin's Restaurant downtown cranks it up with Pretty Tied Up, the ultimate Guns N' Roses tribute band. Hear all the classics like Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine, Paradise City, and more. Played loud with full 80s rock swagger. Don't miss a night of pure Guns N' Roses energy live at Martin's Restaurant downtown in Jackson. Visit the Martin's Downtown Facebook page for ticket information.
Your roof is constantly exposed to the elements, battling dirt, algae, and stains. But with Watkins Construction and Roofing Roof Wash Service, you can keep it looking like new. A proprietary rooficide treatment is EPA approved, safe, and guaranteed to prevent algae from coming back for at least 2 years. No harsh chemicals, no damage, no black streaks. Just a clean, beautiful roof that lasts. Call Watkins Construction and Roofing at 601-966-8233 or visit nomoreroofstains.com today.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
Hey, Rankin County, swing by the locally owned and award-winning 042 Wine and Spirits on Highway 80 next to Sonny's Barbecue in Brandon today. We've got one of the largest selections around with over 200 bourbons and whiskeys to ignite your taste buds, more than 50 vodkas, 50-plus tequilas, 30-plus rums, and ready-to-drink cocktails, as well as premium scotches. And get this, we've got over 400 wines in stock for the perfect pairing anytime. Discover your new favorites today at 042 Wine and Spirits right next to Sonny's Barbecue, Highway 80, Cross Gates, Brandon.
Your pool should be something you enjoy, not something you fight with. Hi, I'm Darren with Elite Pools. At Elite Pools, we do more than just service. We take care of everything your pool needs, from your routine maintenance to your full repairs, upgrades, and even complete transformations. If your pool needs a little attention or a fresh start, then Elite Pools can bring it back to life. Visit Elite Pools online at elitepoolsms.com. That's elitepoolsms.com. Or give us a call. At Elite Pools, we keep you swimming.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. Let's go straight to the phone line. But let me just say real quick, this interview is brought to you by the Masquerade Ball this Friday night at Cypress Point Resort. Get your tickets online now. Check out their Facebook page, Cypress Point Resort, and it'll have all the ticketing information. They're going to be a great time. All right, let's go to Kingfish here on the phone line. Hey, brother, sorry about putting you on hold there.
I bet you are.
What's going on?
I'm driving to Mandeville right now, as you know.
The king cake capital of the world.
Yep, got 100. I got to pick up today.
Good stuff, man. That was so good. That one I got from you. You know, I thought I was kind of burnt out on king cake.
What'd you get? The cream cheese?
The cream cheese. I'm gonna tell you what. I gave about a third of it away, and I ate every single bite of the rest of it by myself over 2 days.
So good.
I get the small ones that I eat like a piece a day, and that'll generally last me for a week. You know.
Yeah.
Or what you could have done was just frozen it and then come back a month later and eaten the rest of it.
I'll just buy another one.
They freeze pretty well.
I'll just buy another one. Bring me a cream cheese one back.
Don't worry. You're going to get your chance. You're going to get your chance.
So
the reason why I'm calling, two things. One is what y'all were talking about school choice in the beginning. I must take strong exception to what some of the stuff Andrew was saying, which is everything he was saying about bills dying in the Senate and why they die in the Senate. That's true if you're talking about Congress. It's not true if you're talking about the Mississippi legislature. In the U.S. Senate, yeah, the terms are staggered. They're 6 years. They used to be appointed. They have a filibuster. You don't have none of that at the state capitol. Both houses are serving 4-year terms. There's no filibusters. There's no staggered terms. No nothing. I mean, now y'all need to look at the list of committee members on that education committee, because it's not all. Yeah, David Blunt is vice chair, and he's a public school guy. But you've got other conservatives like Angela Hill and a couple of others. I mean, and you need to be asking, why did they vote against it? Why did they vote against it? I've talked to a couple of members, and what I'm being told is, one, they did not like a 550-page, whatever it is, bill being just slammed through them. They didn't like that one darn bit. Number two is, a lot of what they want to do, they have in separate bills, and they'd rather take up those bills individually. And then one of them said it was welfare for kids because the whole thing is income based. It's like if you're like at poverty level, you get like 100 up to 200% of poverty level, you get the full ride, blah, blah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I mean, that kind of rubbed in the wrong way instead of first come, first serve.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I brought that up.
That rubs some, and these are conservatives, okay? These are not Delbert clones, okay? I mean, you got to go look at that committee and ask, why is this unanimous? I mean, because they are rarely unanimous on anything.
Good point.
I don't think school choice is going to pass either. There's some parts I'd love to see pass. Tim Tebow Act needs to pass. But you know what? They've had that before. You want to know who led the fight to kill it? Homeschool people, believe it or not. It works in Georgia, it works in Florida, but here, oh my gosh, you're scared this will be the nose in the camel's tent where they start trying to subject them to testing and all that stuff. Yeah, really? Okay.
Is that where homeschool kids can play sports at the closest public school?
Not just sports. Okay, and here's the thing. We're leaving out sports. Let's leave out sports altogether, okay?
Yeah.
How many homeschool people do you two know? Quite a few, I bet, right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
How many even took music lessons as kids? A lot of them.
Took music lessons?
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Piano, violin, instruments, drums. Well, I'm sure a lot of those kids would love to be able to play in the school band, or say your better schools that might say have a jazz ensemble, or school choirs or the debate team. There's a lot of academic stuff, and extracurricular stuff that isn't sports. They would be able to participate in, and I'm sure they'd love to. Why not? They're already paying taxes.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Tim Tebow. I mean, I can see what people don't like about it, but that's another one of those things that's not my hill to down. Yeah, I see both sides. It's not my hill to down, and if it's not my hill to down, I don't care which way it goes. I don't want to. I don't feel like I have to poke my nose into everything. But I'm with you on that.
Now, two things. I'm going to switch subjects on you. Number one is, remember that brawl up in at the Hartfield Academy game back in November that we both put the video about.
Correct.
That one?
Yes, I know you.
And then,
you got an update.
The guy's mother tried to get you to take it down. Well, I mean, his wife did. Well, I've got an update on that whole thing at 9 o'clock. You're going to get a kick out of it.
Oh,
But y'all were talking about the pharmacies. I'm going to make some points for the big pharmacies. Okay. One, the hours. If I need a prescription on Sundays, they're open. If I need a prescription on Sundays, I'm sorry, but most of these places, these that we all love so much, they're closed, or they're closing at 5 or 6 in the evening. Now, I use Kroger. Nice thing about Kroger, I can't get there till before 8. They're open. On the weekends, they're open.
And there's nothing wrong with having options, but they shouldn't have an unfair advantage.
Well, but let me point out, they do and they don't. Let me point out something else to you as well. I like to use the Good RX app, okay? And here's why. Because if I'm in that doctor's office, he says, you need to get a prescription of this. I can pull up that app, and it tells me what the drug prices are at all the pharmacies. But most of your independents don't participate in it. So if I don't see your price, guess what? I'm not calling 5 different pharmacies to get a price. You know what I'm saying? It's right there on my phone. That's where I'm going. And unlike what Andrew said, you're not just saving $1. There's a big disparity in prices among drugs. And I mean, some drugs I've seen, like just for 1 month, like $50 to $75, $100. Multiply that over 3, 4, 6 months.
No,
it adds up quick.
What I was saying, Kingfish, is that these independent pharmacists have to cut their prices below what they actually pay for it. And there are some places where you might pay $1 more for the prescription or $1 more for the pill. But that's because I want to make sure that I maintain the relationship with my pharmacist who knows what I'm doing. Whereas if I go to Kroger or if I go to Costco,
I know one drug.
If I go,
it's not covered by insurance, and Walmart is for a 3-month supply is, if I remember right, $200 or more cheaper than just about everybody else.
And why is that?
Now, I don't know, but $200 is a big. That's not $1.
What I'm saying,
and it's nice if you can be. You have enough money where you can, have the luxury of following your principles like that. But you know what? $200 is $200.
Correct, but is it $200 cheaper because the Walmart gets to pay a different price than the independent pharmacist gets to pay? If that's the
case, why don't they do like the independent grocers do, like in Louisiana, and they form an association where they do get buying power and market power? Why don't they do that?
They do. They're independent marketers. They're independent pharmacies, and that's the whole
not what I'm
situation.
Talking about.
But it is
basically no. What I'm talking about is they form an actual independent association. What'd you say?
Team up and have buying power.
Exactly. That's what the grocers do. Like I said, over Louisiana, you have Associated Grocers, and that's what they do, so they can match the price.
Well,
on these big box stores.
What this thing is about is these PBMs are owned by
I'm not even talking about them.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that's what this is about. That's what this conversation is about. Is the PBMs more so than just the pricing stuff. It is what it is on volume buying, but on these PBMs giving favor to the chain stores that are participating.
Totally agree with you there. Totally agree with you there.
Yeah, that's what
I mean. But when it comes down to, if I'm just a consumer, there's some good reasons to use some of these big stores. Like I said, and hours and convenience. It's not just drive-throughs. I mean, because I can walk in, but hours are like 11 o'clock at night. I've got a sty in my eye, and it hurts like hell. But I can get my doctor phone a prescription. At least I can go to Walgreens, even though it's in Clinton. Or if I need Finnergan because it's Sunday and I'm throwing up and I need Finnergan, I can get a script. I don't want to wait till Monday morning at 8 o'clock to fill it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. I mean, look, they
comes down to convenience.
They got my information at Walgreens too. If I need to have an emergency. All right, Kingfish.
Yeah,
gonna let you go, brother. Appreciate it.
Cream cheese, got it.
Cream cheese.
You gotta love Kingfish. Gotta love Kingfish. I mean, look, he makes a great point on. I'm not saying he's right about everything, but he makes a great point on some things.
Exactly. You go to the big box store. You're going to get the hours of convenience, but is that pharmacist at the big box store going to be the same pharmacist you see every time? And I just feel when I go to a private pharmacist that, hey, Andy, this is what you're on. Any changes? I feel like they understand and know me a heck of a lot better than if I go to the Walgreens in Clinton and then I got to go to the Walgreens in Brandon because my church is up there. It's just a lot easier for me to go to one place and keep it that way.
I'm blessed. I take 3 medicines. They're all by choice. And no, I don't have to have any of them. It's just personal health, personal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that I don't have to take anything. So and even without good insurance, I pay cash for them. I probably spend less than $50 a month on medicine. I'm blessed. Not knock. I have my health. So I can only speak for my personal, experience here, my lived experience. Like it's easy for me to use the pharmacy I want to use because I'm not tied to blood pressure medicine. I'm not tied to any other cancer medicines or just anything extreme, and I mean, or diabetes medicine, any of those. I'm not tied to any of that stuff. So I don't have to have it. Now there's been times where I didn't have insurance and I had a situation where medicine was very expensive and I had to figure something out, like $700 for a prescription, stuff like that. But anyhow, so I get both sides of it, but we're not attacking this bill is about helping, not punishing independent pharmacists. This isn't going to hurt the box stores at all. It's just don't punish these guys. So that's all this bill's about.
I think it creates a little bit more of an equal playing field, and it's going to ultimately, in the end, make Mississippians have more choices of where they go to get their medicines.
Medical freedom.
Where have we heard that before?
Medical freedom. Let's take our last break. Come back. We're going to have a couple extra minutes here to land the plane this morning. We'll take a little break early here. Y'all don't go nowhere. We'll be right back here on WYAB.
.1039 WYAB.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repaired? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Your pool should be something you enjoy, not something you fight with. Hi, I'm Darren with Elite Pools. At Elite Pools, we do more than just service. We take care of everything your pool needs, from your routine maintenance to your full repairs, upgrades, and even complete transformations. If your pool needs a little attention or a fresh start, then Elite Pools can bring it back to life. Visit Elite Pools online at elitepoolsms.com. That's elitepoolsms.com. Or give us a call. At Elite Pools, we keep you swimming.
Your roof is constantly exposed to the elements, battling dirt, algae, and stains. But with Watkins Construction and Roofing Roof Wash Service, you can keep it looking like new. A proprietary rooficide treatment is EPA approved, safe, and guaranteed to prevent algae from coming back for at least 2 years. No harsh chemicals, no damage, no black streaks. Just a clean, beautiful roof that lasts. Call Watkins Construction and Roofing at 601-966-8233 or visit nomoreroofstains.com today.
Have you been injured through no fault of your own? Do you know your rights? Don Evans does. Do you really believe that the insurance company would disclose all information to you? Don Evans will make sure that you are fully informed. It costs nothing to discuss your case. From car wrecks to malpractice, Don Evans will make you and your family whole again. Don Evans won't ever charge unless he collects for you. Call Don for a free, no-obligation consultation at 601-969-2006.
Health has always been reactive, focused on fixing problems as they happen. But with Blue Primary Care, we're taking a proactive approach, working with you to help you understand your health and empowering you to be healthy. It's time to prioritize you, your health, and your life. The results? Less worrying and more living. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue.
Men, let's talk about low testosterone. Do you suffer from any of these symptoms? Low sex drive, ED. Are you always tired, depressed? You have loss of muscle mass? You're obese? Maybe you have loss of focus and drive? Then you, my friends, may suffer from low testosterone. Let my buddies over at Men's Health in Mississippi, located right there in Madison, check your numbers today. Trust me, she'll thank you for it. I promise. Check them out online at menshealthms.com. That's menshealthms.com. Men's Health Mississippi.
Grizz Nation,
Your Memphis Grizzlies season is in full swing at FedEx Forum, and there's nothing like being there to cheer on your team. Grab your tickets and bring your energy to the electric atmosphere of a Grizz game. Tickets are always available online at grizzlies.com/tickets or in person at the FedEx Forum box office in Memphis.
Hi, this is Lee Atkins of Home Care Plus in Ridgeland. We are a proud carrier of Abena Premium Incontinence products. Abena has the most absorbency available, making changes and leaks less likely. After 7 years as a seller, I can tell you these products are amazing and worth every penny to quality of life for patient and caregiver. And we ship all incontinence products as well. So please come see us at Home Care Plus in Ridgeland for all the incontinence needs of you or your family member. That's Home Care Plus in Ridgeland.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studio. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. Guys, y'all get out and support some of these great sponsors we got here for lunch today. It's, Wednesday? It's Meatloaf at Martin's. Both locations, Meatloaf. It's my favorite day of the week over there at Martin's. I actually went last week. Well, I went last Friday. I was going to get the fried chicken, but I just said, man, I'm going to go with Old Faithful. I got the country fried steak. But I ate the salad first, and I got full. And I only ate like 3 bites of the steak, but I took it home. Justin was like, you want a to-go box? I almost said no. I said, wait, you know what? I do want a to-go box. And I was thinking I was going to give it to the dogs because I didn't envision being hungry again. But in about the time it took to drive from Livingston to Brandon, I done got hungry.
Yep.
Man, I threw that in the air fryer for a second. And, bro, I smashed all of it. And, if you ever gotten the country fried steak at Martin's, it ain't a small piece of meat.
Nope.
You get a plate full. Anyway, y'all get by there. Check them out today. I went to McBee's yesterday and had lunch with Mr. Michael, and I got the club sandwich. It's great, too. Man, that club sandwich. I was only going to eat half of it and ended up eating the whole thing right there. And I was so disappointed in myself for not pushing away when I was full and having that half to eat later.
Yep.
But I ate it all. It was that good.
The sponsors take care of you on portion control and portion size.
We don't have a sponsor here on this show that skims on portions.
Nope.
Whether it's Cypress Point with their big ribeye sandwich or anything else you get from out there, McBee's, Chips place. I haven't been to the Chips new place yet. Acme Pizza over there. I've walked through it, but I hadn't gone and eaten yet. But Chips never skimmed on portions. McBee's, Burgers Blues. I ain't never left out of any of these sponsors thinking, man, if I just had 2 more wings, if that burger had just been a little bigger, if there'd been 2 more slices of pizza or whatever, I've never walked out of any of these places hungry if I went and ate. So y'all get by, y'all support. The Mexican restaurants, El Patrio. I mean, just like that. That's one thing I think pretty much goes for all Mexican restaurants, especially El Patrio. They don't skim you on portions. You $10 goes a long way to a Mexican restaurant.
It's the best value deal right there.
Y'all stay tuned on WYAB. Andrew Gosser coming up from 10 to noon. What is it? What's next? Mike Madison next from 9 to 10. Andrew 10 to noon. Lindsay noon to 1. And Kim Wade 4 to 6. I'll see y'all back here tomorrow for a Thirsty Thursday on the Clay Edwards Show.